So how do you know what you really want to be in life? How do you know what trade or what career path you want to take? What are the clues and the signs that will bring you to your maximum prosperity, your God-given birthright? God has given you the ability to be wealthy, okay? It's your birthright to get all you can get, okay? There's no sense in you going through life just meandering through. You should be extremely successful and wealthy. And how do you get there? You have to find what makes you tick. So I wanted to go back real quick and talk about a conversation my wife and I had just recently in the car. Now, my wife is an accountant. Okay, she's an incredible accountant. She graduated from Kean University. She's worked for some major corporations in New Jersey, and she joined our company right before we got married, and she's been the accountant for our company, an incredible help to my business. So she had said to me, hey, do you think we would have been more successful if I was an electrician? And my first instinct was, yes, oh, absolutely, cariño. If you were an electrician, I call my wife cariño, which means like honey bunch in Spanish. I said, absolutely, cariño. If you were an electrician, my goodness, could you imagine where we would be with your energy? Because my wife has boundless energy, right? She's not a napper. She's up all the time. And comes the nighttime, she goes to sleep. During the day, she's up and she's at it. So I thought, okay, yeah, you would have been doing one crew, and then I could have been doing another crew, and we could have met with engineering, and we could have done so much more work. And then I thought, wait a minute, I don't think so. First off, that's not in your DNA. My wife could care less about electric work. She has no desire to learn or even know. All she cares about, she tells me, is when I turn it on, it goes on, and there's no sparks. That's all she cares about. She expects it to be done right. And that is our role as electricians. So when you get hired, people expect you just to do it right and do it safely. And I realize that. It's not in her DNA, okay? She's a numbers person. She likes spreadsheets. She doesn't like to work with her hands. She doesn't like to get dirty. But the amount of value she added to my company, because it made me go from the small little independent electrical contractor to the face of a larger company that I could compete with all the big boys. My wife knew all the lingo. She knew how to answer the phone. She knew about collections, accounts payable, accounts receivable, taxes, payroll. So I had this a great resource in my wife. So I didn't have to pay for bookkeeping. I didn't have to pay an accountant. Now, I do pay an accountant, but my wife would do, the majority of all the bookkeeping and collecting, make sure we're in compliance. And I think that's what elevated me up above my competitors, having that tool and that arsenal, that tool. So this is the same going back to you. How do you know what you want to be? Okay. So me, as an electrician, I was just so curious about everything. I used to take things apart as a kid. I would take my bicycle apart. I had a moped. I took it all apart. A lot of times I couldn't put it back together. TVs and radios. I was just amazed how when I turned the TV on that it actually went on. Like, how does that work? So I had that curiosity, right? So that curiosity made me more into science. I was really good in science. I was weak in mathematics and in language, like English. I was weak. I didn't put a lot of effort into it. It was an effort for me to go above trigonometry. I just didn't like it. I was forced to do it because when I went to college, I had to learn trigonometry and I had to learn it, but it was an effort for me, okay? And so I was destined to be my own business, my own boss. I was going from job to job. I was going strictly for money, and I just knew that I had to be in my own business. And it's worked out for me. So I think that, my wife saying, hey, could I have been an electrician? No, that's not for you, right? So this video is for all tradespeople out there. What is it that you're interested in, right? Focus on your strengths. Unfortunately, this wisdom comes, I'm almost 59 years old, guys, right? I see these videos of these young kids making, hey, do this, do that. And I'm like, dude, you're 30 years old. You're 23 years old. You're going to tell me how to become wealthy, how to invest, how to worry about my IRA or my SEP. I get the effort. I appreciate that. I know you want the clicks, you want the likes. I get it. I do too. I'm into it too. I want to thank you guys for liking my videos. I'm starting to get some traction. But I'm trying to give you some really good fatherly instinct to you. Especially if you don't have a father that's helping you. I will be your father. I will help you. When I teach my kids something, now my boys are 23 and 24 years old, right? They're running a new division of my company, okay? And when I tell them something, I think, hey, you know what? I'm going to make a video and I'm going to tell you that. So if you don't have the resource of a father being an electrical contractor or a mother being an accountant, I'm going to help you with that. So with that being said, finding exactly what you want to do in life is not easy. And it's not, you don't have to, right? Remember, if you're in college or in high school right now, all you hear is the other kids' parents say, "So, Joey, what are you going to do next year when you graduate?" And Joey's under the pressure, "Oh, I'm going to go to Montclair. I'm going to Rutgers. I'm going to go to NJIT." Like he's, once you just throw out this expectation of, "Oh, yeah, I want to go up to the next level." But you know what? Maybe Joey does want to be an electrician. Maybe he does want to go to Votech. Maybe he's into steam fitting. Maybe he loves plumbing. Maybe he just has this desire to work with his hands. So you can't fight what God has given us, right? You can't fight it. You have to just go along with it. And let me tell you, you talk about obstacles, don't let any obstacles get in your way. Any obstacles. You listen to what I'm telling you right now. When I was in my early 20s, I got a house and I lost it. I had new cars and they were repoed. I had nothing. I had a terrible relationship when I was in my early 20s that put me in awful, awful credit situation, okay? So I couldn't get a credit. I couldn't get a credit card. I was relying on other people to help me. My parents, they did not support the trades, but they were my parents. So yes, they co-signed a van for me, right? My wife now, who was my girlfriend, I was using her credit, you hear me saying. And I ended up, the blessing that I got with this awful, awful time that I went through, I thank God that I went through that. I really do, because I didn't get over in debt. I didn't celebrate the ability to get debt. And that's what I don't understand also with a lot of you guys. I'm seeing these videos about, "Oh, you want a $250,000 loan? Open an EIN number, employment identification number, go to your credit union, and you're going to get a $250,000 loan." And you're going to celebrate that? Who celebrates getting debt? Only broke people do. Debt is bad. You don't want debt. Debt is only in necessity. Okay? You want cash flow. So keep your expenses low when you start out. You don't want to go into debt. Why do broke people celebrate the ability to go in debt? People actually have a party and celebrate because they get a car loan. To me, that's insane for me, because of what I went through, because I realized the struggle that you can go through when you overextend yourself, and then how do you get out of it? But I'm going to tell you this, no matter how bad it is, someone's got it worse than you. No matter how you're feeling in this moment right now, whether you're crying at this moment, you're depressed at this moment, whether you're happy at this moment, wherever you are in life, you can do better. I promise you. One of the major tricks is when you get kicked on your ass, you fall backwards looking up. Don't fall face down like you're dead in the water. You fall looking up. You can always go up. I don't care what situation you're in, whether it's legal, financial, health, whatever it is, you can overcome it. I promise you. You just need to find what makes you tick. So investigate with yourself. What do I need to do to become the best and the most wealthy person I can become? My phone is ringing. I gotta go. I'll see you on the next one. And be positive, guys. Life is great and you can get there. And it's your God-given right to be successful. When you were born with a birthright to be as successful as you want to be. And if you're not successful, blame yourself. Don't blame mom. Don't blame dad. Don't blame where you were born. Blame it on yourself. Pick yourself up no matter where you're at in the world. I don't care if you're in Ghana. I got a lot of guys now reaching me out from Africa and Europe, and they're in these countries that don't pay as much as the United States. And I don't feel sorry for you, because I know that you can make it in your own country. You might not have to make the same dollar amount, but in proportion, you can be completely successful in your country no matter where you're at. You just have to find, what am I the best at? And you go and do it. I'll see you on the next one.